guys, welcome to my channel. So you may notice I only have one eyebrow done today, but I get a lot of questions about how I fill in my eyebrows. I figured it's time to just shoot a video so y'all could know, because I don't have like sparse eyebrows. They're just really light, so I don't go in with like wanting to like make like eyebrow hairlines because I have eyebrows. I just go in with, I want it to just look filled in and like look darkened, but not like fake. Like you can still see my eyebrows like poking through, you know what I mean? So this is what they look like. This is what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to recreate it on this side. So if you're interested in seeing how I get this eyebrow look, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I almost said something else. Subscribe to my channel, tell your sister, tell your friends, hit that notification bell so you get alerts when I post new videos, and give me a thumbs up at the end so I know you watched it, so I know you liked it. Because there's a lot of people that ask me, so hopefully y'all are watching. Go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so I am going to recreate it on the side and like walk you through everything that I do, different things that I've learned. I didn't always fill in my eyebrow. I used to use Wunderbrow. Bun's falling out. I used to use Wunderbrow, and I noticed that I was just like, I don't know if the formula changed or what, but I just wasn't really enjoying how my eyebrow looked anymore. It looked very like sloppy. They never matched, and it's just started to like really grate my nerves. So I decided to start trying out some eyebrow pencils, and I've tried a couple that I really like. I really like the e.l.f. brow pencil. This is $2, which I found out this is like an eyebrow definer. I'm not really sure what that means, but it's like a really big pencil end. See how big that is? So it's not for like super specific lines, but you can get this look with it. There's only 3 shades that I know of, and this one's in taupe. I love the spoolie on this one. It's so soft, it's so big, and this is like one of my favorite eyebrow pencils. I've also been using the Revlon Colorstay brow pencil in, what color is this? Soft brown. Also has a really nice spoolie, and it's just like a really pretty pencil. Y'all know I love the Colorstay foundation, so I figured I would like this one. I don't really care for the end. It's like an oval shape, sort of. No, it's round. Just kidding. I think they claim to be an oval shape, but no, that's a round. And it's just like really just too creamy and too big, and like it just looks like chunky on the eyebrow. So I do occasionally use it, but it's not my favorite by any means. I just scraped that. Just making a mess over here. But again, great spoolie. Was it the first one? Yeah, it was the first one that I got, and I was like, oh, this is nice. But it also like is kind of too dry if you don't get it warmed up, and it'll pluck your eyebrow hairs out, so we have to be very careful. Is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer Ultra Fine Tip Shaping Pencil. I use it in dark blonde. Honestly, it's my perfect color. It is more like that taupey brown color, but with my hair mixed into it, it's like my perfect shade. I like an eyebrow that's a little bit darker than my natural hair. You can see it's just a little bit darker. And that's just how I like my eyebrows. Yes, this is my natural hair color. Thank you very much for asking. It's the super small fine tip pencil, which I do appreciate that. You can get a really sharp tip here on the end right here, which I like. And you can also like make sure you get right along the edge where you need it to be. But I freaking hate this spoolie. It is hard, and it's not fluffy, and it's just like, see, all of my eyebrow hairs are in here because this like plucks my eyebrow hairs out. Good thing I have a lot. I can't stand the spoolie. It drives me freaking crazy, and I am like, why would you ruin this eyebrow pencil by putting this shit spoolie on the end? Anyways, so that's what I use to get this eyebrow. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go on this side. I always make sure to only put out a tiny little bit, because this will break off because it's so small. And another piece of advice when you get started, kind of get it warmed up on your hand, because it like will dry off on the end if you haven't used it in a couple days. So get it warmed up on your hand till it's like giving you a pretty consistent color on your hand. Hi. Okay, I'm gonna hold my mirror right here so you should be able to see that. I just have like a regular spoolie. I'm gonna brush out my eyebrow, get it into that general shape that I like it to be in. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then I look kind of afar. Make sure that they're kind of similar, which is very important. We like them to be sisters, but we like them to be twins, but sisters are better, or okay. We like them to be twins, but sisters are okay. Occasionally my eyebrows look like cousins and they're like, they don't look alike at all. But you're like, hey, maybe if I squint my eyes and I go like that, yeah, okay. Anyways. Okay, first thing I like to do is I like to like figure out where I want my starting point to be, and I kind of, you know, want them to be equal on both sides. So I usually start with this eyebrow, honestly, because this is my better eyebrow, but this was my easier side to shoot on. So I look at my eyebrow here. So I notice it's just right lined up with my waterline, or my, what is this called right here? My tear duct. And that's where I want to put my pencil, so that I know. I'm going to put a little bit of color right there, just so I have a starting point. Now I want to make sure that when I'm drawing my bottom line, which is right here, I always do that first. That's where I always start. It just like, I don't know, it always works out better for me if I do that. So my biggest piece of advice is make sure you don't, again, I'm just going to start coloring in my bottom line. Make sure you don't overdraw your eyebrow. That doesn't look cute, and you'll get like really lopsided. So if you need to lift up your eyebrow a little bit, I'd be very cautious doing that, because you can get a funky shape when you do that. So just try not to. Make sure you just draw right along your bottom eyebrow hairs, just like I'm doing, okay? And just doing it in short spurts all the way to the end. Okay, so that's what that looks like now. Now I have a fairly straight line, and I can see that they're pretty matched, so that's good. Now if you don't have a lot of eyebrow hair, like obviously you're gonna have to draw out of the line. I don't know that this is necessarily gonna be the right option for you. You're gonna have to, you probably end up filling in out here. This is like generally where people want it to be darker, and then you can do like eyebrow hair kind of lines like that. I don't have that problem, so I don't generally do that, but I just go like color it in either. The next thing I do is I find my upper line, which is about right here, matched on both sides, and I just start drawing a little bit of a line right there. I don't go all the way, I just start with that, and then I just start coloring right here. I try not to do too filling. I try not to just like color it in at this point, but I just do like little lines upward, just like that. And I do that for like the first 1/3 upward motions. Okay, just like that. This is when I use a spoolie, because it is flat and it's nice. And I just brush starting at the bottom, and I just brush up, and then over when I get to the top. So up, up, up. And when I get to the top, I brush over. Okay, and that just kind of like brings all the color together, makes it like smooths it out on your skin, coats your eyelash hairs, or coat your eyebrow hairs, and it just makes it look a little bit more natural, okay? So we have that. That's the beginning of my eyebrow done, and it looks good. Again, your eyebrow hairs don't have to be in the exact shape that they want to be in. You can finish that up when you get to the end, just because like there's no way that's going to stay exactly how you want it to be. So now I'm going to go in a motion like this, short motion, to fill in the rest of my eyebrows. I usually start on the bottom and I move up towards the top, and then I do the same thing towards the end. Sometimes I'll do like more of a straight line across the top of my brow so that I can get that pretty precise line, but I don't always do that. Again, like each third, so make sure you comb it out a little bit so that it doesn't get chunky. And then always make sure that you bring your tail end of your eyebrow all together at the end. Now, my next piece of advice is that looking in a mirror right now, I'm like, yeah, that eyebrow looks so good, but do they match? So bring your mirror out. So I want them to be generally like the same shape. We got that going. My eyebrows are pretty much just do what they want, and so they just thankfully go in the same shape. Now you can kind of take your spoolie, you can take your spoolie and just kind of move the hairs around so that it goes into like a naturally like arch kind of shape. This is super important because from looking like this at your one eyebrow, you'd be like, damn, that looks like a good eyebrow. but when you move it out to like you or someone else, or when you move it out so like someone else is looking at your eyebrows, you could be like, that could be what your face looks like, and we don't want that. So this is kind of where we're at. You can see this one has a little bit more of an arch and this one doesn't. So you can take your spoolie and rearrange your hairs a little bit. Rearrange your hairs a little bit. It gives it a little bit more of an arch. And then comb it over. Okay. And I like to just bring my use my fingers to kind of bring those tail ends together. Make a nice sharp edge. Another thing, whenever you move outward to look at your full brow, you can now see, do I have enough color at the tail end? Because there'll be times when I forget to do this and I'm like looking in the mirror and I have like eyebrow ends like here, even though like close up it doesn't, but from far away it looks like I'm like missing like the last like tiny bit of my eyebrow. So if you're like missing that little bit, you can kind of come in from afar and just add in a little bit more color towards the end to make sure that they're the same length. So I can see that I need a little bit more color right here. And to bring my eyebrow up a little bit higher. There you go. Looks like this eyebrow is just a little bit lighter. I got a little heavy-handed on my other brow. So yeah, there we go. That is the eyebrow look that I usually go for. It's super easy. Like, this is a little more time consuming just because, you know, I walked through it. But generally I can get my eyebrows done in like 4 minutes. Seems like a lot, but like, honestly, your eyebrows are so important. Like, you need them to look natural. You don't need to be having like crazy balloon or clown eyebrows. A little bit. You don't need to have like crazy scary ones or like grumpy ones. I switch you all my chins. So it's really important to like take your time with your eyebrows. Make sure they look natural. Except for a reminder, I wish this one eyebrow was a hair taller. Oops. So you can kind of fake that by bringing up this arch a little bit and moving these hairs up a little bit. See how I did that? So, okay, see how I did that? This one was looking a little bit flat, so I just brought it up on the bottom and brought it up on the top right at that arch where like your eyebrow naturally like goes boop, 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 and that like kind of evens them out. So again, just make sure you take your time with your eyebrows. They're really important. They kind of bring life to your face. I know I say that about bronzer too, but if you don't have eyebrows, like your face looks silly, right? You need to make sure you pick eyebrows that make you happy. I like a thicker brow. I like eyebrows that are a smidge darker than my hair. And that's just how I've been, you know? So I'm going to keep using pencils. I'm really excited to keep trying other ones. So far I've only tried drugstore ones, which I'm like, whatever. I'm like, this was like $7. I know people say like that Benefit Go Brow, whatever it is like so good. It's like the best end all be all. I'm like, but I like my $7 one. I don't know what makes it so, the goof proof, whatever. I don't know. What does that make, why is that one so much better? I've never tried it. I don't have anything bad to say, I just don't know. So if you've tried it, let me know. What's your favorite eyebrow pencil? I am so into trying other ones, or if you heard of new ones that you want me to try, let me know in the comments. Let me know on my Instagram. So yeah. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, tell your sisters, tell your friends, hit the notification bell so you get alerts when I post new videos, and give me a thumbs up because I like getting thumbs ups. That makes me really happy. And that way you know you liked it. Until next time. Bye.